Hello. Hello, hi. Oh, let me just scoot on over in here. I don't know, my hair looks like my hair. Welcome back to my channel. I have energy right now because I'm starving. So this is what we are having. Delicious. So we're having Buldak. This is for the coat. This is for the... Y'all know what I'm talking about. Ooh, they're so hot. Okay, and then I have... I actually made these myself. Oh, and then I have water. It is not cold. It's gonna be one of those. Okay, let's... Oh, what? Why can't you guys see? Mm. Mm-hmm. Oh, let me try the bowl. I haven't had this in a while. I usually eat it with meat, but I had a meat. I had what was it? I had sausage earlier that I was gonna save for this, but I was kind of hungry, so I finished it when I was cleaning. And I don't have any more cucumbers because that would have gone really good with this too, to make it less spicy. Mm. My favorite is bulldog with a side of meat. Yeah. And also bulldog, you have to eat it when it's piping hot. I don't like it when it's not piping hot like that anymore. Straws are kind of nasty. As I was drinking this, the food kind of fell out of my mouth. I'm like, damn, it must have went back in there. That's kind of gross. Ooh, I'm already kind of feeling full. I'm going barbecuing tomorrow. Oh yeah, and actually, I told you guys that I had it wasn't really a date, but this guy had asked me or told me that he was going to take me out as like a birthday gift. And then I decided I didn't want to go because this guy has stood me up one time. So karma. This is why old niggas don't like to date old women, because yeah, no. And I think I told the story of how he had brought me a bottle. That was actually after he had stood up. So I think I remember when he bought the bottle, I was like, oh, like, was it after? Yeah, it was definitely after. And I was like, okay, since he bought this bottle, he's forgiven. No, he's not. Honestly, because I was like, I don't want to hang out with him. I don't want to perform for a meal. I'm okay. So it was just like, you know what? I'll stay home and I'll cook. Because I don't want to do that. And because I don't have energy for that. I just don't want to do the performance. I used to have energy for the performance, but right now I'm just like, maybe I'll get it back later. Oh, maybe I'll wear that. Anyway, so Saturday, I saw 3 text messages from him. I didn't read them, but I saw one of them. He's like yelling at me or something. I was like, I really cannot be bothered. Like, you're gonna waste my time either way. And like I said, he knows and I know we are not meant to be together. We're not like soulmates of any type. I wouldn't even be in a relationship with him, to be honest. Like the him that I've seen so far, I would never be with him. That's why I said if I was going to go out for dinner with him, it would have just been for a free meal. Not because I'm really enjoying his company. And I think I really did him a favor, because does he really want to hang out with somebody that doesn't want to hang out? Excuse me. Does, does he really want to hang out with someone that doesn't want to hang out with him? I did you a favor. I don't want to hang out with you. Do you even really want to hang out with me, or are you bored? You know, because don't just come fucking hang out with me because you're like, you don't got no more bitches on your roster. You don't have any more women on your roster. So you're like, let me see what that dumb hoe Fazza's doing. Well, she's busy not wanting to hang out with you. Okay. Okay. So yeah, I didn't go. Plus the same man one time, actually on the first time I hung out with him, not the first time meeting him, first time I hung out with him, and he asked me why I was single, and I was like, I don't know, like, just like I can't find anybody. And then he was like, oh yeah, no, sorry, because he was like, oh, like, what kind of men do you date? I was like, black. And then he's like, okay, but think about it like this, if it's not Nigerian men, then what men are you dating? I was like, what? The Zimbabwean, like me? He's like, but do you like Zimbabwean? And honestly, at that point, I really hadn't dated men for a very long time, so I was just like, I don't even meet any enough for, so it's not even enough for me to be like, oh, I don't really like Zimbabwean men. It's not that I don't like them, but like their antics are just too close to home. And then it's just like the things I've seen from Zim men that I've grown up with are just disgusting. And I know there's no culture with good men, so I don't even know. At this point, I'll be single forever, and that is okay. I remember years ago, someone told me I should not do that because I forget my train of thought easily. Anyways, I remember years ago. What was I gonna say? Oh my god, what was I talking about? This is what I mean. I was talking about the guy. Oh my god, I feel so stupid. I want to stop this video so I could go back. Actually, yeah, let me do that. I'm gonna stop the video and look what I was talking about because I forgot. I just rewatched the video. I was going to say, I honestly sound like a dumb bitch a lot because I'm not good with words and I forget my train of thoughts a lot. Anyways, I was saying, I remember years ago, someone told me I should take caution when it comes to love. I did. Anyways, I remember years ago, I told myself, I knew years ago that the men left in this world suck. And the chances of me, finding a soulmate, the love of my life, whatever it is, a friend, a partner, whatever it is, a mate for life, like an elephant, are slim to none. And I remember at one point, I go through a lot of phases where I'm by myself. I'm the type, like, I have friends and then things happen. I don't take disrespect. So then friendship, why am I going to cry? I'm so embarrassing. Okay. Whatever. Like, I have a lot of moments where I'm by myself and I really like my own company. So I like to, like, work on myself because it never ends. But anyways, so the times that sometimes I take these times to myself is when I learn myself, when I really, like, am introspective and whatever. At one point I was just like, seeing what's outside, right? Seeing what's happening, what I've seen from as a child, the men that I've seen as a child. And then it's like you grow up and you can put yourself in different scenarios, right? You don't have to, it's not only family and family friends and maybe like school and blah 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 that you're seeing, but like, you can put yourself in different spaces so you see different relationships. Anyways, I was just thinking to myself, like, wow, who is a good man? Like, and I really can't think of a good man for real, because the thing is, so you could look at a man today and look at him and be like, wow, you could go to church and see the pastor and be like, wow, that's a good man, Savannah. But you don't know that man, Savannah. And one thing I know about men, at least I've gotten to learn, men are these are just humans, not even just men. This is not just exclusive to men, but I've never dated a woman, so it's okay. I've been friends with women, so I can tell you about being friends with a woman, but I can't tell you about dating a woman. I can tell you about dating men. And I can tell you my experiences with men. And a lot of men are disgusting. A lot of men with power, with positions, with leadership roles, with, you know, people that are supposed to be like the pillar of the community or something like that, or workplace or whatever. Men are gross. Especially growing up as a young African girl that had big boobs, that matured early. Big boobs, big ass. It really showed me from a younger age just how gross men are. And even though I was never like assaulted, at least from what I know, I was never like sexually assaulted or anything like that. But because I feel like also there wasn't the opportunity to do that. But if someone had been given the opportunity, they would definitely would have done weird things. Men are weird. Anyway, so I had, you see, I went off so off tangent because I was talking about, I remember years ago. Anyways, men suck was the main thing, and I realized it's not even actually, okay, maybe I'll take that. It's not even that men suck. It's that I didn't learn how to date. It's a lot of factors, okay? But I realized in this life, I don't think I am going to be privileged enough to find a soulmate. Maybe I do, maybe I will, and I need to be, you know, manifesting it. But I was like, okay. I remember years ago, I was just like, okay, it's either you stop worrying about men and you just become okay with just being yourself. And the earlier you learn that, I think the better for you, right? But then my other side was, if I just become okay with that, I feel like I'm not, you know, I feel like something could pass me by because I somehow put it in my head that, oh, maybe it's not for me. And you know, when you hear about like the power of manifestation, or, you know, having faith and blah 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 blah. And then because it was so confusing at one point, because it's just like, yo, maybe everybody's not supposed to be chosen. Okay, not all of us are going to be married. Not all of us are going to find that soulmate. Not all of us are going to find that freaking person. So years ago, mind you, I was 25 at the time. I was just like, maybe make it okay now that you are okay with just being single. But again, because then you go online and then you're like, people are like, oh, if you're not having the faith, you suck. Or not you suck, but like, the reason you don't have what you want in life is because you don't believe in yourself. You don't believe that you deserve it, blah, blah, blah. So I don't know. For me, it's so confusing because there's a difference between wanting things and seeing the patterns around you and then being like, you know what? Maybe for me, it's not going to happen and I need to be okay with that. But then the world would be like, no, you're not manifesting. You're calling it into your life that you're not going to have that. And it's like, oh my God. At what point do I start just acknowledging my surroundings? Do I just have to be delusional and freaking lie to myself? Like, even though this is what I'm seeing, I'm gonna lie to myself and be like, no, actually, it's like this because you're gonna have, because things that literally just make me like, what is that? Like, what am I thinking? Like, things that make me crash. You know, your computer crashes, not crash out, just crash, just a glitch. You know, it just glitches my brain because it's like, what am I supposed to do? I don't know. I'm not guaranteed anything. I'm not guaranteed love. I'm not guaranteed not love. I'm not guaranteed. Because you can And then I was watching this. There was this TikToker of this person, Liz the Wizard or something. And people were like, oh, I was seeing one TikTok that was saying, I guess Liz was a person that was like a dating coach and told women not to settle for men and stuff like that. But then she ended up finding somebody and falling for them. But then he ended up cheating on her. Like, I just feel like men are gonna do it irregardless. It's just like timing of when he does it. You know what I mean? And anyways, back to my story. So he ends up cheating on her or something. I don't know. They had a child, and the child is in. I haven't actually really read their lore because it seems deep. Because I tried, and it went back all the way to last year. And I was like, "There's so much lore happening now. What do you mean? It was. I don't got time right now. I do have time. It's not right now. I'm gonna come back. I'm nosy." um. So then I came across a TikTok that said, yeah, she manifested him doing that to her because of the things that she spoke about, saying, "Oh, men are no good. Men are this. Men are that." And I'm like, what the fuck kind of dumb bitch TikTok? Where did I end up? Because And then I go in the comments and all the birds are like, "Yup, exactly, bitch." Because the bitch that made the TikTok was like, "Oh, this is why we actually need more women who are married to actually give us advice and not these non-married women." And I'm like, first of all, married women are over there hiding because they're in the worst relationships of their life, but they can't be honest about it because the world's just going to tell them to stay, or they don't got resources to move on. So what do you mean more married women should come out and give us advice? They can't. Because if they did, we'd all be like, "You dumb bitch." If they told us what was happening in their marriages, for real, if a lot of people told us the truth about their marriages, you would know that a lot of people are in horrible relationships. Whether it's the man that hates the woman or the woman that hates the man, somebody hates somebody and somebody's not treating somebody right. Okay? Yeah, and then that's when I read the comment, oh, blah, 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 blah. She manifested it. And I was just like, and I remember I think I had to comment, like, at what point is it manifesting? And at what point is it just acknowledging your surroundings? Because if I'm like, shouldn't manifestation work in a way that it's like, I have to say I want this? I shouldn't be able to just manifest things just because I say something. Like, if I said, I wonder if I'm going to get married. And then, wait, that's a bad scenario. Because the women were like, she said things and then those things became her reality. But I'm like, if I am just talking and I am saying, hey, I've actually noticed a lot of men cheat. A lot of men are not good fathers. A lot of men want women to have kids, and then once the woman has the kid, she's the only one left looking after the kid. They just want to say they have a family, but they don't really like want to raise it. Right? That's just me noticing things. So if I say that, am I now manifesting a bad father, a cheater? Because I saw and acknowledged it now means I want it for myself. I was like, bitch, that don't make no sense. That actually doesn't even make sense. Even saying it right now, I'm like, that don't make no sense. Because manifesting should be like, I want this for myself. If I was like, I want a cheater. And also, saying I've noticed some black men are cheaters is not saying all. I don't know why it's black men, because all men, really and truly, but that was just my little example. I don't know. So yeah, I had told myself, like, you know what, Fats, like, learn to be okay with being with yourself. Like, learn to be okay with the idea of never finding love. And mind you, I was 25 thinking that. And I was like, and then I ended up, I remember I was with a friend and I told them my thoughts and they were like, that's a really negative way to think. Because if you want it, you should be able to pray for it and hope for it, and then it'll happen to you. And I remember talking to him like, okay, but like, because I'm like, I can even pray for it, but just because I pray for it, that doesn't mean God is like going to give it to you. There's some things that God doesn't. I'm not even religious, right? But that person's religious, so I put it in a religious way. Like, there's some things that God is like, this is not for you, you know. And there's sometimes reasons for those things for them not to be for you. What if love is just not for me? What if it's not in the picture for me? I don't know. He convinced me otherwise, and I was like, okay, whatever. Whatever words he had used on me, I was like, yeah. You know what? You're right. You're right. You're right. You're right. You're right. I'm being negative. Let me think better. So then I started thinking better. And now I feel like I'm right back in that spot, like, but I'm older now, and I'm like, oh, well, why didn't you start? Because what did listening to your friend do for you? Nothing. Because you ended up just getting really hurt, and then back to being single. So I'm opening my eyes because I don't want to cry. Because why am I? This is a crying mukbang. I don't know. The world is just so difficult. We literally could just be like a germ. It's like all these things happen to us for what? All these feelings, why do we feel them? For what? Why did the universe give us feelings? Emotions. So I guess maybe they're fun. It's fun to feel different emotions. I mean, it's not fun. No, it's not fun. But it's interesting. You know, you could be so happy 1 minute, and then you could crash out in like 10 minutes. Like, you'll be the maddest person you ever met. And then the next day I'll just be in tears. And then the next day I'll just be so depressed. And then one moment I'll be like, I don't want this life anymore. That's usually my thought. And then, but, and then like 10 minutes later, it's like, no, I want to see what else life has for me. Until like the littlest inconvenience happens, and I'm like, oh man. In a world where we have to perform and perform and perform and perform and perform. Oh my gosh, you know what I was saying to myself the other day? I think like if I this video is saying a lot about me. Because I think I've cried. Yeah, anyways. The other day I was like, maybe like a regular marriage is not in store for me, but I think I'd appreciate more of a lavender marriage, you know? Like marrying a guy that's gay, but I know he's gay. Now, this does get complicated only because I like sex. So I don't know what would happen there. I don't know. I don't even know how to put it in words anymore, because I put it in words the other day, but I can't really put it in words right now. Maybe another day. And then look, now I have cold Buldak. I think maybe I should stick to the quiet mukbangs. I don't know. Maybe I'll have some yapping, some not. I don't know. I'm worried about life. Why am I crying? I don't know. Weird. I'm in my head. I'm a very emotional person, but like I think tears are just a part of me. So like if I cry, it's not even a big. You know what I mean? Like you don't have to make it a big deal. You can't even control them. Anyways, I'm going to the beach tomorrow. I already marinated the meat, put it in the fridge. I packed a blanket, like a makeshift barbecue, charcoal, water, and like some what do you call this? Some cardboard, so I can use that. What else did I? Yeah, so I'm gonna do that tomorrow. Just spend the day at the beach. Oh, hopefully I just saw my beach hat. You know, I'm gonna be carrying too much things. What was I saying? I am. I'm gonna chill. I'm gonna leave like at 11, 12, so I can get there like at 1 or 2. So I need to wake up early because I need to pack the meat tomorrow. I need to go buy grabba and some alcohol tomorrow before I leave. Sorry. What else do I need to do? I don't even know what I'm wearing. I just tried this dress on before the video, but I looked very fat in it. So I will not be wearing that tomorrow. This is the dress. It's just not flattering on me. Have a great night. Sorry for crying on camera. Nobody watches the videos, but it's okay. You better subscribe. Cause why am I doing all this crying and y'all not subscribing? That's so rude. Bye.